Thanks, Don.
You're welcome.
I appreciate being here. This is my first VisCon meeting, and hopefully not my last. I'm sure there will be many more. I'm the Assistant Project Manager at The Groves. It's a Crescent Community Development. And we're very excited about it, very excited about hearing everything that's happening around here, and hope to be a big part of the community in the future. So just a tiny bit about Crescent Communities. I think my presentation was a little bit overambitious, so I'm going to skip through it so we can keep it short. Crescent is based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We go back all the way to 1969. In our history, we've developed over 47 master plan communities, mostly in the southeast. A few years ago, we got smart and decided we ought to move into Texas, so this is our first position in the Houston market. One thing that we really stress is not the physical aspects of the community. Obviously that's very important, but like what Don was saying is this sense of community. We're all about placemaking. So for the first year that we own the land that will be the Groves, we went through a very extensive visioning and creative planning process. So we came up with our vision statement. So just to get an idea of what we're going to bring you at the Groves, we aim to create a natural refuge in Northeast Houston where a diverse community comes together to engage in a lifestyle that is inspired by the outdoors, by well-designed places, and by each other. Again, we're doing all that we can to program so that we can be a true community and not just a cool place physically, but a place where people want to get out and be with each other and learn about everything around us. Kind of hard to see here, but this is our master plan. Phase 1 development. Well, first, let me give you an idea of where we are, for those of you who aren't familiar. We're right on the north side of the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. Our entrance is going to be on the left side. Phase 1 is up here in the top right corner. We are currently under construction with those lots. It'll be about 189, well, will be 189, I'm sorry. And we're hoping to complete those mid-summer, so we will have residents living in our community fall of this year. Probably the most important page for you guys, a quick little fact sheet. We're about 1,000 acres total. We're projecting an 8 to 10 year build out. Right now we're planning about 2,200 single family homes. Of course that's subject to change if plans change in the future. The school district is Humboldt ISD. 2 school sites have been set aside. Let me jump back. We have a school site here and another here. And we are continuing to work with the school district to meet their needs. Eventually we will have a 10-acre village center. Jump into the amenities of phase 1 and 2. We'll have a welcome lodge. That'll include a flex space for our residents, lounge, outdoor plaza, fire pit, great lawn, natural play area, and we'll also have a fish camp with cabin, catch and release fishing, and stocked pond, there you go. Roughly 1.75 miles of trails in the first phases, and many more planned in the future. I don't want to put a number on it and commit myself to anything, but it'll be a nice trail system. And then in phase 3, 18 months from now or so, we will put in our large amenity center. So overall, we've got almost 200 acres of open space, so we're really excited about getting people outdoors and reconnecting them with nature. We just finalized contracts with builders in our first phase. We've got 3 different lot sizes. We've got 55 foot by 130, 60 by 130, and 70 by 130. On the 55s, we will have David Weekley and Village Builders. On the 60s, we will have Darling Homes and Highland Homes. And on the 70s, we will have Taylor Morrison and Trendmaker. And now that we've got the contracts finalized, we are excited to work with them through their plan lineups and make sure that we're all on the same page, that we're really bringing this vision of the Groves to life. That's a rendering of our main entry, just some of the photos that we've found around to really inspire us in our planning. This is a rendering of our Welcome Lodge, which will come in the first phase. What's really neat about what we're doing is we actually have an arborist on staff who's gone out and geotagged all of the really, really high quality trees that need to stay. So this is not artistic license. These trees that are shown are actually there and will be there. And we've done that throughout all of our common areas. Just a few renderings of the inside of the Welcome Center, site plan, and fish camp. Timing again, we had our groundbreaking on December 17th last year, and we hope to have residents in the community in the fall of this year. So we're really excited to be a part of Northeast Houston and look forward to a future relationship with everybody's. Feel free to ask me questions afterwards. I have cards, I have information.
Okay, now, before we go on, I wanted to highlight a few other things as well. Drew Gutierrez, where are you? I just wanted to tell you how much we appreciate you doing that. Drew came up to me at one of the events out in Summerwood and said something about Commissioner Lee coming, and I said, yeah, we'd be real excited about that. So he made that happen, and also in the office, Bobby Anderson did too, and we appreciate that so much. Thank you. And Rick Yarborough, and having it to where all of you can come out, and Mr. McCord could come out as well. We so appreciate that. Okay, and let me give a couple other things. One of the things that is really cool about this area is that with the carnivals that the elementary schools have, those aren't just carnivals, those are events. They're awesome. And so we got two carnivals coming up. We'll go by date, and that's Lakeshore Carnival. We've got Diane Aldrich, Emily Day, and is Holly Hanks here? Okay. Oh, great. We're so glad you're here. If you don't, and afterwards, when we have that period of time for that 12 to 12:30, you'll be able to talk a few minutes there, but that's an event that shuts everything down up there. It's awesome. And then also, Summerwood Elementary, Amy Williams, Mary Impleman, right there. Okay, we're so glad you all are here. It's always a wonderful event when you have that there. We just love it. So make sure you see those folks, and there's ways that you, if you're wanting to grow your business, you can actually do that through there. And also at the bottom of the page, you notice the upcoming events. Make sure you see those. And Stephanie, where are you? Raise your hand. Stephanie, we wouldn't be able to do all of this without her. And she is terrific with the Chamber of Commerce. Is there anything that you wanted to say at all, Stephanie, before we go to the next speaker?
Yeah, the Lake Houston Business Expo is coming up. I've got a limited number of booths available. This is a great way to market your business. If you're interested and I can give you more information, I would love to meet you after the meeting today.
Okay. All right, we appreciate that very much, and we couldn't do it.
That is presented by Insperity.
Okay, okay, very much, good. So, and then you'll notice that our next BizCom is in June. So, what we want to go to now is in December. One of the things that a lot of the middle schools have what they call career days, which are fantastic anytime. But one of the things that, and I'm going to let Mr. McDonald talk about this, because they have a very special career day, and they have a very special school. So, Mr. McDonald, if you don't mind coming up, he's the principal at Wood Creek Middle School. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you for having me today. I'm Brett McDonald, principal at Wood Creek Middle School. Take a couple minutes of your time, and I did notice that in the Grove it said 2 more schools we built in the Grove. I'm hoping one will be a middle school. Because when Mr. Hurst was the first principal at Wood Creek, I was assistant principal. What, we have maybe 850 kids there. We're at about 1,250 right now, and next year we're going to be at 1,350 next year. We've been there 4 years, and we have temporary buildings in the back. But I want to talk to you a little bit about Wood Creek Middle School, and I'm going to start backwards. I recognize a lot of people in here today. My wife and I are both educators. Angie is the girls basketball coach here at Summer Creek High School, so I appreciate Mr. Hurst mentioning her, because they're in the second round of the playoffs tomorrow versus Brenham. Ironically, at our old school, Cy Falls High School, is where she plays tomorrow night, where I coached for 20 years and she coached for 15 years. And then this knucklehead named Trey Kramer and Troy Kite, if you know Troy Kite, the athletic director, Troy and I have been friends since about 1990, recruited us to come out here, and he sold us on the vision of Summer Creek and the community, and the kids were coming, and they weren't lying. They're coming. And so we moved out here. We have 2 children that are in the 3rd grade and the 5th grade, and we are blessed to serve this community. I have a lot of friendly faces of people that I know out here. But we love Cy-Fair ISD. My mother's still out there, her mother's still out there. But really and truly, we love Humble ISD and what it's done for us and our family, and being part of everything. I was the first baseball coach here at Summer Creek High School, so I was here on the original staff coming out here. Then I went and joined Thyron over there at Wood Creek. At Wood Creek right now, I told you, very diverse group of kids, which is what makes us the best, was the best part of us. We have about 1,250 kids. But we have 2 things going on real well right now. Our behavior problems are down and our grades are up. We have the lowest failure rate, therefore the highest passing rate of any Humble ISD secondary school. And that doesn't include our 6th graders. That's only 7th and 8th graders, because that's what's published by our athletic department. Because our 6th grade, which can't play sports yet, our 6th graders are at 96% passing rate right now. So we're seeing our kids are really achieving because we have a great staff, a great administration, not including myself. I'm really trying to give props to everyone else. And our teachers do a great job of holding our kids accountable, because they cannot make zeros at our school. If they have a 0, if they haven't done a project, the very next week they eat lunch in the temporary buildings during lunch until they finish their work. If they don't finish it on Monday, they go back on Tuesday. So we need those assessments from those kids to see what they need to learn, what we need to teach, what we need to reteach, where they're at. So we're really looking forward to seeing how we do on the STAR test, because our benchmarks so far have been fantastic. So I want to transition from academics, which we were really knocking out of the park, to the next thing we're successful at in the fine arts, with all our UIL, with orchestra, with band, with choir, with theater. Really proud of all of our teachers, and we're looking forward to our UIL competition coming up. We had a lot of 1s, which means, if you don't understand, that's like the top marks you can get. That's where we're at. Then we go to athletics, which is kind of near and dear to my heart, having been a coach for 20 years and my wife being a coach. I just got to tell you, we're feeding this school pretty well right now. We're doing a pretty good job. Kind of, in football, there are 6 district championships can be won between 7th grade and 8th grade. We won 4 of them over at Wood Creek this past year. Volleyball, we won 2 of the 4 volleyball district championships. When it comes to basketball, we won all 4 of the boy district championships, undefeated. And then tonight, the girls will finish off by winning 2 of the 4 district championships tonight. So I gotta say, we're kind of proud of our school right now, academically, fine arts, athletically, and then we're sending over 8th graders will be here in the next year. There'll be 9th graders that have never lost a game in boys or girls sports. So it's really some great stuff going on. Our kids do a great job achieving. Their behavior is fantastic. Our coaches do a great job. But kind of why I was brought here today, not only to brag on our school, because I see a lot of real estate agents out there, and I think you're doing a good job selling houses because the kids are coming, is I want you to be able to sell to your community that, elementary school, we know what that's like. It's kind of the scary time to go to middle school. What's going on over there? And please know that you have a leader over there, as started with Mr. Hirsch, and I hope I've continued the legacy over there, that I'm going to be there. And if you ever need to know what's going on at Wood Creek Middle School, you can either call me, email me, or you can watch me directing traffic every morning or every afternoon, because you can stop and ask what's going on at Wood Creek. But what we do in December, at the end of every year, right before we leave for Christmas break, is we know those 2 half days are kind of we don't get final exams in middle school, so it's kind of unproductive, and I don't like unproductive time. So on that Thursday before we leave for Christmas break, we put together, starting last year and again this year, a career day, which we bring in about 60 to 80 speakers from the community. So I called Don this year. He brought in some of his people also. And we do it school-wide. I can visualize that Aaron Rodgers career day commercial from State Farm, which is like 3 speakers. Well, we have about 60 to 80 that come to our school. Can I have a quick show of hands if you showed up for our career day and spoke? So you kind of look around. So you have about a good 15 of them here. Well, we have 80 of them that come in. And it's great networking in which we have the kids broken up into groups of about 25 or 30. And then they rotate every 30 minutes with their teacher to another room. And we have 2 speakers per classroom. And so for that 30 minutes, those 2 adults are speaking to them about what it takes to be that career. What education. Hopefully we won't talk about money too much, but the kids are going to ask you, how much you make? We try to coach them up, but you know, some things never change, but they're 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. The point is, it's a very productive day. We start promptly with speakers at 9 o'clock. Every 30 minutes I come on the announcement, rotate to another session. We do 6 sessions in which they get to see 12 speakers that day. We do have some large group areas, which we put some good speakers. Like we have, I don't know about if you know, but in this community we have retired NFL football players. You put those guys in the gym with a group of about 100 kids, they sound like y'all. So we really use that day to really capture that moment for kids to have conversations with their parents about what I can do in my future. We want to have all the academic conversations possible at Wood Creek and the future conversations to paint a future picture of what they're going to do in their life. We know that they're 11, 12, 13, almost 14 years old. But we really want to have those conversations, which leads us into the Friday before we leave for Christmas break, which is another half day, in which we take the kids and rotate them through a fine art showcase, which they get to see. They go to the football games, they go to the basketball games, they go to the volleyball games, but they don't always go to the band concert or theater production or the orchestra concert or the choir concert. We rotate them through those 4 groups and then rotate them into our computer labs, in which they go into bridges.com, and then they research the career they heard about the day before. So we try to link it all together before they go to Christmas break. But the whole point there is be productive in what we're doing. I mean, I see lots of people out here spoke. I think the kids behave pretty well. I mean, like I told you, we have behaviors down, academics are up. In my past at Cy Falls High School, which I love the school, those last 2 days were kind of unproductive and behaviors were up. We have 0 problems at Wood Creek on those 2 days. But guys, thank you so much. Please sell Wood Creek out there. It's a great place to be. I'm proud of where I work. I'm proud of Summer Creek. I'm proud of Mr. Hurst and our friendship. But I'm really proud of that woman down the way over there and this basketball game that we have tomorrow night. You know, I just got to tell you, you know, we got to stay strong as a family. My wife, unfortunately, lost her father 2 weeks ago. And so we really pray for my wife and her strength at this time right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have a little bit of change, and I'm going to ask you to hang in there. If you absolutely have to leave at noon, then go ahead and do so. But we had a little change here, and then we want to make sure that we get to listen to Quest Early High School. So let me see, Robert Richardson, where are you? Come on in, Robert, real quick. He's the one that paid for lunch, so you know, you might want to give him a round of applause.
So did everyone enjoy lunch?
Yeah.
Good. Did everybody get a toffee nut cookie? That is my favorite. If you have it, I'll take that on my way out. No, I just wanted to, just for a couple minutes, just let you all know, we're excited to be a part of what I would call one of the most active chambers in the city of Houston, I think. There's a lot of opportunity available for not only us, but you know, every business that is located in this region. So I appreciate the opportunity to provide lunch for everyone. And our managing partner, who is Keith Isbell, he's a resident in Eagle Springs. He could not be here today. He's in Beaumont. We're opening a location there later this year, and he had an opportunity to be on TV. So it was either TV or come to the meeting here, and I guess he chose that. But he did send his regards, and he wanted to let you know he couldn't be here, so we appreciate that. We have about 16 locations citywide, in our franchise of Rolling Dough for Panera Bread. We have about 5 to 6 locations. We'll be opening our 6th on the Carl's Jr. side. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Carl's Jr. We just opened the location here in Summerwood. But we're continuing to grow. We'll have about 30 locations once we're done with Panera, and about 40, I want to say, when we're done with Carl's. So we're a busy franchise group. Our marketing manager is here. She's over at the door. Her name is Annette. She didn't want to come up and speak, so she'll just wave. But if anyone ever has questions about catering needs, we do cater for corporate meetings, events, whatever it is that you need, just give us a call. And I'll have my card outside, and Stephanie also has one too. So I just want to take those couple minutes to do that. And if you all have any questions, we'll be around afterward. I appreciate your time.
Okay, let me go ahead and talk about the next group that we're having. Is Ms. Horton here today, or is it you? Okay, Ms. Horton. Come on up, Ms. Horton. One of the treasures we have within our school system is Quest Early High School, or Early College. I'm going to butcher it, so I'll let you talk. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you all very much for having us today. We are Quest Early College High School, and along with the other 5 larger high schools in our district, we are a 6th high school in Humboldt ISD. We are a high school of choice. And when our students come to Quest Early College High School, they graduate with their high school diploma and their Associate of Arts degree from Lone Star College, all in 4 years. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. So, one of the mainstays of our program at Quest Early College is our service learning program. And I have brought our service learning coordinator here today and some of our students. And I really would like for them to talk, because we go out in the community every week and do service for y'all. And we are looking for more service partners to serve in the community. So, Miss Bobby Rohina, our service learning coordinator.
Good morning, students, come on up. We are going to be a breath of fresh air because we're not asking for money. We're asking to help you. We send about 300 students every Friday into the community. We service over 40 different community partner sites. The students volunteer from 9 a.m. to about 11:30 noon. And then they go to lunch at all your restaurants out in the community while they're out. So we have figured out by collecting online data last year that Quest Early College High School service learners saved business and nonprofits and all those people who might pay the minimum wage for their services rendered $600,000 last year. That's the kind of service our students do. And so we are here to let you guys know a little bit about the program. We have brochures. We didn't know to put them out on everybody's table. But Mr. Franco Lee, we want to be the educators in your park, because I have students that are training to be engineers, environmentalists, and they can do that work for you. You don't have to wait on those travelers to come through. We do this at Jesse Jones Park already, okay? So I want you. And YMCA, I want you, because we can help you guys as well in some ways that you see a need. The students could be out and service you on Friday mornings, okay? And Mr. Rushing got out before I got a hold of him. I want him. So most of our students, one of the reasons the Humboldt community is our parents and students are choosing our Quest Early College High School is, of course, for that 2 free years of college. But a lot of our students want that 2 free years of college so that when they graduate high school and they go on to get their master's and their doctor's degrees, they've cut off a couple of years of school out there. They've saved money and they've cut the time down because they want to be doctors. We have tons of students who are saying they're going into the medical field. And I can't remember exactly, but all of our students that applied to Baylor pre-med got in this year. Now, not all of them are going to take that particular course because it's quite expensive, but they did get in. So we are, at Quest Early College High School, we are preparing the kids for those graduate degrees. And these students can do these things. Couldn't get juniors and seniors to come because they're in college classes right now. These are sophomores. And I'm going to let one of my student service learning leaders, Nyla Wilson, tell you just a little bit about the program.
So my name is Nyla Wilson, and as she said, I'm a sophomore at Quest Early College High School. So for the past 2 years, I've gone out to service, but I've had different service sites. For instance, last year, for you, those of you who know of it, I worked at the Community Learning Center, and I helped some of, the adults who are new to America or just don't know that much English. I helped them learn how to use computers, how to do job interviews, how to dress for a job interview, just how to get around so that they can be successful in life as, new American citizens. And this year, I decided I wanted to do something a bit more, so I decided to help out my lovely family facilitator, Ms. Rohina, with her service learning. So I go out with Cash Meta every Friday, and I observe the other students so that she doesn't have to carry the full burden of going out every Friday and trying to see 400 kids and who are all doing separate things. But other Fridays, I also go work at the same CLC center with Cambridge students. And for anybody who doesn't know, Cambridge is it's an educational center for special needs kids, and they teach the kids transitional skills, social skills, how to get jobs. And it's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life, because you feel special when you're helping somebody else, and I think that's something that a lot of students at Quest take away from their service experience. They also take away a lot of skills for the workplace, like soft skills, like how to talk to an adult, how to talk to your superiors, how to take care of something and take initiative instead of just waiting for somebody to tell you to do something. I know a lot of kids who work at Jesse Jones, such as Jason, who works with the leather, take home the things they work with at service and build it just so they can take it back the next day. And I'm almost out of time, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Stay and ask questions. We'd love to answer them. We've got these on, you'll know we're one from Quest, and we want your business cards if you want some volunteers. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we hadn't snubbed somebody on that. So this part, and what we'll be doing now, is we're going to be talking, each person here has the opportunity now to be able to stand up, and we're going to ask you to keep it 15 to 30 seconds to be able to say what you want to say about whatever you're doing. So I'll give you an example. My real job, I'm a financial advisor, so what I do is I help select families and businesses to help advise them on their financial goals. And then also, I'm one of the recruiting leaders, and we're looking for quality people to hire in our firm. So if you know anything about anything like that, please come see me. Okay, over